Good evening. We'll call the meeting to order, please, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. Roll call, Mr. Lundberg.
Holm.
Yes.
Bodie is absent. Saxer is absent. Scott.
Yes.
Bell.
All right. With that, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. No conflict of interest disclosure or waiver requests this evening. Takes us to approval of the minutes from January 12th and January 26th. If there are no questions or concerns, I would entertain a motion to approve those, please. There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Community input? I don't believe we have any this evening. And that takes us to financial items, bills and claims. Mr. Lundberg.
Be happy to entertain any specific questions you guys have. A lot of reoccurring type bills are coming up now, the same bill every month. I would note that in this batch of bills, we have about $18,000 of activity workers included in there. On page 8, we had quite a bit of building repair from Kerr and Blaine, $32,000 on almost all of the buildings across the district. Page 13, I had a couple noted. Sioux Valley Energy, just to reiterate that that's at 99,000 is in totality is about $1.2 million a year in electricity bills for Sioux Valley Energy. Teach Well this month is $183,683. And then I noted down at the bottom, TK Elevator Corporation. This, folks, is why all schools are built on one floor. Well, we have an elevator here. They charge a lot of money and don't cover anything. Total bills, $1,633,000. Advance payments breakdown of $4,966. Pay vouchers, $85,000 for the month of February. And food service bills, $190,000 for this month.
Thank you. Any questions on the bills and claims?
Sorry, I know I was speaking out of turn there, but that's just for the maintenance agreement and nothing happened?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, thank you.
The maintenance agreement that doesn't cover anything.
I would entertain a motion to approve the bills and claims as presented, please.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Financial report, Mr. Lundberg.
Okay, the cash report for the month of January. Coming into the month, we had $28 million, receipts of $3,680,000, and disbursements of $6,736,000, left $25,023,000 at the end of January. $9 million was in the general fund, $4 million in the capital outlay fund, $1.1 million in the special education fund, $88,000 in the enterprise fund, and $10,685,000 in our capital projects fund. That's getting down. We're coming to the end of that. There's about a total of $30 million when we started out. The $3,680,000 is itemized on the next 2 pages. Investment report of $21.9 million. South Dakota Fit Money Market and First National Bank CDs. Payroll and benefits summary for the month of January. Total payroll was $2,804,000, which is a little under the $3 million normal payroll, just due to the holiday break. Less hours for a lot of people. The financial statements, the first two sheets are the revenue reports. Very comparable to last year at this time. Don't have any concerns on any of the revenue items to speak of right now. The expenditures, general fund is showing 57.5% expended versus 57% last year. That's a 1/2% higher than last year, which would carry out to about 99.5% expended for the budget year. It was 99% last year, and that would carry out to 99.5% for this year. So the general fund is right on with the budget versus actual. Capital outlay fund is 75% expended. Special education fund is 52.5%, very similar to last year at the same time. Debt service fund is at 98% expended. Capital projects funds are there for your review, Berkman Valley Elementary and the middle school addition. No concerns there with any budgetary numbers. Food service budget shows a accrued loss of $218,000 as of January 31st, as opposed to a budgeted loss of $95,000, so that's running, the loss is running a little bit high, but deal with that when in the future years. We're kind of getting through all that COVID money and getting the fund balance spent down. Trust and agency account has $268,472. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions on the financial report this evening? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the financial report as presented, please.
So moved.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Lundberg. General business, we'll go to our administration report. Administrative Center Superintendent Larson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple of items to brief the board on this evening. But before we begin or before we do that, I do want to take an opportunity to recognize the Board of Education. February 16th through the 20th is School Board Recognition Week. Associated School Boards and Executive Director Larson would certainly welcome anyone that's available out to Pierre as they celebrate our school board members. So thank you guys for all that you do and being the individuals that you are and playing the vital role in governance that we have at the very lowest level. So we greatly appreciate all that you do for us. In terms of updates, Berkman Valley Elementary was able to get over there today. All trades are in progress. The community room is coming together. There's actually sheetrock and paint and cabinetry going in, casework going in. For lack of a better phrase, it's really looking to finishing west to east. So the gymnasium side, the west side is where the finishes are starting. Offices are getting casework, XYZ. And then as you get to the east, into the classroom spaces, we have steel studs going in, sheetrock, the whole shoot match. So all trades are on site, and that project continues to run well, on time and on budget. In terms of staffing, we have our administrative position that we will be assigning and filling. I'm not yet prepared to do that. There's a number of things at play in terms of potential opportunities, looking at some framework looking at a framework change potentially in terms of some assignment and some of those things. So hope to bring that to the board in February. Just know that that is in process. There's a lot of dominoes and a lot of puzzle pieces to put together with that respecting staffing piece. We will also be working through the data and the information that we got from our parents in terms of who would like to stay at their respective building, and then also open enrollment requests. We have not been able to get through that data at this point to tell you section sizes and how those numbers look. And quite frankly, because we may need to manage those. So how many approvals can you have? How many denials, et cetera. So we'll be working through that respective process here. over the course of the next couple weeks, and then we will get our staff assignments taken care of February, March. The Brandon Valley Middle School project continues. Greatly appreciate the work and the flexibility of the staff there. We've had a couple of challenges, as we always do anytime we have remodels and renovations and additions on buildings. So we do appreciate their respective patience and work as we work through some of those unique challenges. I would tell you that that project is maintaining its progress, and we are on time and on budget there as well. Summertime will get tight just because there's a limited amount of time that we have to put it all together. Impactful road construction projects we've talked a little bit about. Maybe it's a little bit of wishful thinking, but this spring, we will be dealing with some pop-up projects as well in and around the metro area, so know that work is will be ongoing. And then Veterans Parkway will also see some additional closures and whatnot as well. We await new information on the Highway 42 bridge. The tentative information is what we have at this point. In terms of academic calendar, there's no school on the 13th or 16th. Parent-teacher conferences for the intermediate school and middle school are on March 9th. For the high school and the elementary, parent-teacher conferences are on the 10th. On March 12th, we will have school because of a cold day. And then on March 13th, there's no school for a comp day. South Dakota legislative session, that process continues. It's important to note that there is a lot of different processes associated with bills dying and being resurrected and coming back and all that respective work. So just because we think something has been defeated or died, it gets smoked out or hog housed or whatever those terms are that they all use, it's not over until it's over. So critically important that we maintain our focus on funding and availability of resources, and then also local control, two very, very critical things. Quite frankly, those two items are the items that we focus on and work through. It is truly disappointing to see that legislators would bring things that harm public education and ultimately work against those two respective priorities. It's frustrating to see that happen. So certainly encourage our respective district legislators to promote public education, look for available resources, and then obviously promote local control. So you can see when the session runs through and veto day. Would encourage you to, if you have a strong level of interest in tracking and seeing where those things go, check out the respective bill tracker at ASBSD. Reach out if you have any questions. Don't need to go through any respective budgetary process overviews you've seen at the last few meetings. Certainly ask any questions that you have, answer any questions you have on it. One item that I do want to just note is how important our preliminary capital outlay budget approval process is. And it might seem a little backwards when you're approving a preliminary budget before he's given you any budget specific items, but there are so many large ticket number items that we have to get bids on and numbers on, and then that helps us through the rest of the budget process. So that is a critically important aspect of our budget, and you'll be seeing that in March, and that determines a little bit of what we're able to do as we move through the spring and begin to plan. So with that, would also just say thank you again for all that you do for the Brandon Valley School District and the work that you do within your respective roles. It is greatly appreciated by the entirety of our district, students, families, staff, patrons. Thank you. That's all I have. Entertain any questions you have.
Can you just talk a little more about the number of open enrollments you're getting or the request to stay? Is it pretty high, or does it feel like?
In terms of what?
You said people to stay for the one more year at elementary school. Or
Berkman Valley
open enroll-
Elementary,
yeah.
yep, have not dissected that data.
Okay.
Not capable of giving you that information at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Larson. Mr. Lumberg, anything additional tonight? All right, high school?
I'm stepping up here for Mr. Frecking because he's currently at a meeting, but he wanted me to to say a few words. First of all, we hosted State One Acts here last weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think if you tried to go out to eat in our community Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you probably were met with a packed house. So certainly know we had a ton of people here, a ton of students, a ton of families. A couple comments on our building. I'm very impressed. The students that were there were very respectful and impressed. A lot of the adults reached out to us as adults and commended how the space looked, how clean it was. So that's kudos to our custodial staff and everybody that's involved there. Shout out to Rachel Fody for organizing and running the State One Acts. It's a huge event, and she did a great job along with Mr. Bill Frecking, assisted with that. On to our State One Act itself. Pretty cool moment. Thursday night, we were sitting there trying to usher people in. Mr. Paula took the mic and squeezing people in the middle to try to get everybody there. But the cool part was that other schools determined their dinner to come watch us play. So I kind of sat in the middle, and it was amongst a bunch of students from different high schools. And let's just say when A Year with Frog and Toad was done, it was students that were standing for the standing ovation, like immediately from other schools. So that's a cool thing. That's a huge testament to what we're doing here, which led to Superior One Act, which is the highest distinction you can get, along with all the actors and all the ensembles being superior too. So I'm not sure if that's ever been done before, but pretty cool. So kudos to Mrs. Sittig and her staff and all the work that they put in. But it was fun to showcase our building, fun to showcase our fine arts. Just a great event. Thank you.
Thank you. Middle school, anyone tonight? Intermediate school? Nope. Special services? Any elementary school takers? Mrs. Nelson, anything? Mr. Henschel, anything? Okay. And Mr. Frecking, already reported. All right. Board policy, there is none this evening. Takes us to general business. Consent agendas, I would entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 4, please. There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Personnel, I would entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 7, please. There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 8 is a request for medical leave. Under communication, there are building permit applications for your review if you would like to look at those. Under Board of Education, there is one thank you note from a staff member. With that, formal board reports. Does anyone have a formal board report they'd like to share this evening? Quiet. All right. Travel report there. Otherwise, it looks like that takes us to the end of our scheduled agenda, and I would
I guess,
Go ahead.
if I may, I was able to make it out to the Brandon Day at the legislation. We had a group of maybe 15, I would say. It was a great day. We helped serve Tony's Catering to a lot of the legislators, a lot of the guests out there. Obviously, they love Tony's, so kudos to Chad. And then we were able to meet with our local legislators and the mayor. Great meetings, met with Chris Nelson. So there was just a lot of positive things going on out there. Obviously, everybody being at the Capitol, you can get lost pretty easy. So there's a lot of rooms and a lot of meetings going on, so I want to just thank all the legislations, so thank you.
Anything else? Thank you for doing that. It is a beautiful building. So I went out in January for a different function, and I had forgotten how pretty it was. And so I'm dating myself by saying I played at an inaugural ball for Governor Janklow in the 80s. And I'll just ended it with that. But that was a lot of fun for, high school kids and students to see that, I think is very important, and see the process, and that it does make a difference. Anyway, okay, off my soapbox.
Graduate school?
Huh?
You were obviously in graduate school?
Me in graduate school? No, no. All right, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you for coming.